GM everybody, thank you for being here. I'm going to present ETHTaipei Football Manager. Me and Umut built a fully on-chain game using private states on ETH protocol. The Football Manager games, we all know them. They come in different shapes, different forms, on different platforms. But the only thing, they are not on-chain yet. Why is this? Well, there's an issue with on-chain gaming. And the issue is, because everything on the blockchain is public. So you cannot have private strategies. And that's the big problem if you have async information games like the Football Manager game. And also, randomness is a known issue on the blockchain. How can this be solved? Well, on Friday we learned about ETH protocol, and it has all the things we need to build a game like this. It has private states, it has randomness built in, and for me as a developer, it's great that it's 100% EVM and uses Solidity. But because it's a hackathon, of course, we also deployed our game on Optimism, Thundercore, Polygon, Linea, and Scroll without private states, so you can cheat there. Let's see what we did this hackathon. We built on top of an existing game, so we reused some of the front-end components, but the smart contract we built in Solidity from scratch using a full game flow with async information. We added the time lock to prevent ghosting, which I'll explain later. And the smart contract pays out the winners upon completion. And we also built the smart contract interactions from scratch. So let's go over the game flow. To start a game, you propose a game, and the challenger stores his strategy privately on-chain. The opponent then can see the game and accept, and he stores his strategy publicly on-chain. And both will transfer the amounts into the smart contract. Well, after this, the challenger, he knows his own strategy, he knows the opponent's strategy, and he can then call the smart contract to reveal his private strategy, and based on these two strategies and some randomness, the outcome is calculated and the game is played. After this, we pay out the winner. But because the opponent, because the challenger, he can see what the opponent did in step 2, he could potentially ghost the game and says, okay, his strategy is so good, I will not win, I will just abandon, which would result in the funds being locked up in the contract. So we prevent this from happening by adding a time lock. After a certain amount of blocks, for the hackathon we used 100 to keep it very quick for testing. The opponent can call if the challenger didn't finish the game to extract all the funds without knowing the strategy of the challenger. And now I will quickly demo, so I will sit down for this. So this is the front end, and it's just the landing page, and we can go to the create game flow. We added different teams to our game, and here you fill in the opponent's address, and you can select how many tokens you want to wager. We created our own token for this game, and here you see a football pitch. You can select different types of formations that you want to play, and for example, we're going to play this formation. Now I have to look at all the different players and say, like, this guy is a pretty good defender, we're going to put this guy here, this guy there. And basically, you just pick whichever player you want from this team and put them on the pitch. There we go. So we pick the formation, and here you can see for every player the stats that they have, which is important, of course. And now we start a game, and this will trigger the MetaMask pop-up. So we confirm, and this stores the information we just select is now stored privately on chain, that's only accessible by me. So the game is now created, and let's see. The opponent now also picks their formation, and for the sake of time, we already did this for a different game, so this is another game. Both formations are already decided, and I want to say, let's play this game and see what happens. Now I completed the game, we wait a little bit, and the game ends up in a draw result. And here we can see the other games that we played before. So yeah, that's basically the app that we built. Oh, we go back to the presentation. So that's what we built, and now we want to keep building. So we have some things in mind that we want to build after the hackathon. We want to have some more sophisticated game logic, because during a hackathon you can only do so much, so now it's rather simple. And we want to add new features, like adding leagues and tournaments, where you can raise a lot more money, because it spends over a longer time period. We want to have leaderboards, and we want to replace the players that are now in the game by NFTs that you can trade and make the game more interactive. And also we're thinking about what should we do for tokenomics. Do we just use the stablecoin, or do we introduce our own token? Well, this is the team. I'm Arjan, and Umut, he worked on this for Turkey. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any questions? Any questions? Yes? Where does the randomness come from?
Good question. We use 10 protocol, and they have randomness built in. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but yeah, we use 10 protocol for that.
Yep. I figured you want to answer them.
So we use private mempool, and in the private mempool, nobody else, a miner or validator can see the random number that is generated. So you have secure on-chain random number generation. Nobody can predict or say. So you can use it without a DRF.
All right. Thank you.